Oh, hello, everybody. It's Bits and Bytes time. It's Sunday Night Live. Bits and Bytes. All the things consumable. Crank that shit up. From all the places you want to be. That's right, Bits and Bytes, United States edition. Is my microphone on? I hope so. 50 states, 50 weeks. You know the drill. God, I don't believe we're still doing this. What week is it? Hit the countdown. 19, 20. Pretty sure it's 21. 21 is the number. Where does 21 bring us? Week 21. The great and powerful Massachusetts. Massachusetts, some may say. Welcome everybody. We've been waiting for a Massachusetts episode, haven't we? Yeah, all right. Thanks for joining, everybody. You're all fantastic. Yes, hello to everybody in the chat. Welcome to this special Sunday night edition of Bits and Bytes. Week 21, Massachusetts. We got the big bad flag, as always, on the screen. What's it say? I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of stuff in Latin that I haven't read or familiar with. So we're just going to go past that. But it does look like a fine Indian that we obviously stole the land from, with a very large handed sword above him, probably ready to swipe down and scalp him. Probably a hand, perhaps, from the Pilgrims from the Mayflower. Who could say? Thank you for joining, everybody. That's the flag. We'll pull up the flag in a minute. We're talking everything food and drink about the great state of Massachusetts. We got a big drawer of items down here, but let's get to the fast facts of the state of Massachusetts. Pull that shit up. Nicknamed the Bay State. I didn't know that. Statehood in 1788. It was the 6th state of the Union. Population July 2016 was 6.8 million. Capital's Big Bad Boston. The biggest city, Boston. Abbreviation MA. And per usual, we have a state bird and a state flower. Let's get a look at that state bird. State bird, the old black-capped chickadee. Yeah, that's a pretty adorable bird. Something about its feather pattern looks like it was recently scrubbed off. Oil was recently scrubbed off of this thing, like it was in an oil spill. I don't know why I thought that. It's a little dark, a little early, but Massachusetts is a dark place. Maybe that's where we're going tonight. Who could say? No one knows. Let's go back. State flower, the Mayflower. That was the name of the ship, wasn't it? The Thanksgiving ship? There it is. It's the old Mayflower. Give me a big one. Is it pretty? We got any other pictures? Let's show some respect to the flower. Oh, look, it's got different colors. All right, what is this? There's a bunch of different ones. What are we doing? Which one's the Mayflower? I don't know, dude. This one looks great. Let's stick with this one. This beautiful Mayflower. Look at that. That's fantastic. Good job, plant. You're really doing it. Well, it's Bits and Bytes. We're talking foods, we're talking drinks, and we got a lot of all of the above, and we should probably jump right in it because your boy's thirsty. So when we're talking Boston, well, we're talking Massachusetts. It's another one of those states. Pull up the map. It's another one of those states where, you know, big bad city takes over. We got big bad Boston. When you think of Massachusetts, I don't know what else you're thinking. Worcester? You thinking about Worcester out there? Thinking about Worcester, you Bostonian? That's wicked awesome. There's also a lot of slang. I forgot about that. All of the Boston and Massachusetts slang that all the old townies like to use. Bubbler. We're going to get down to the bubbler. Real thirsty. Got to get to the bubbler. I didn't even really think about doing a bad Massachusetts / New England / Boston accent this whole show, but this should be fantastic. Yeah, we gotta get home for supper. You better get down to the packy, Janice. I'm making up names now. Pass the clicker! Bits and bytes is on! I wish I thought about this. I would have had some good bits. No pun intended on that, but... All right, anyway, Massachusetts, pull it up big. Let's see where we're at. Hold on. We're going to do this right. We're going to... Pull back. Come on. Where's my cameraman? Pull back. First things first, we know we're going to get into some cocktails, of course. We're going to get into some classic cocktails. Open the door! Is that a thing? I don't know. Some classic cocktails of Massachusetts. And the first thing, though, Massachusetts, everyone knows, if there's a beer that comes to mind, it's goddamn Sam Adams. And we're doing it. Your boy's thirsty. We're talking Memorial Day weekend is in the house. Got my trusty Nettie's wine key. Beautiful. Sam Adams, I went with the summer ale. It's summertime. June is upon us. Memorial Day weekend is here. The official, non-official start of summer, some may say. Sam Adams, summer ale, seasonal citrus wheat ale. This bright citrus wheat ale is summer in a glass. I remember when this first came out, it was really delicious, and I feel like it's sucked ever since. I haven't had one in quite some time. Bursting with orange, lemon, and lime peels. Summer ale finishes clean and subtle with grains of paradise, which accent the crisp wheat character. Iconic and refreshing, summer ale is perfect for any summer day. Oh yeah, that fucking Boston beer guy, Jim Koch. Remember he had a commercial? Didn't he sound like yeah, this guy? We're gonna watch some of his commercials. We're gonna do some YouTubing, I think, today. Cheers. Here's the Boston, Massachusetts. Let's get this show started. Cheers. That is tasty. I forgot I brought a glass down so we could see what it looks like. I guess that's part of it, right? Shocking! Looks like a wheat ale. Wow. I feel like no self-respecting Bostonian would drink this out of a glass, but what do I know? Anyway, give me the big... Now, that's the promo for 50 states to 50 weeks. Give me the goddamn map. There we go. All right, where are we at? For those of you that don't know, Massachusetts is part of what we're going to call the New England corner. All right, it's up here in this zone. Northeastern United States, north of New York City. Obviously, Massachusetts, here it is, flanked on all sides. North, New Hampshire, about 11 o'clock, Vermont. New York to the west there, Connecticut below, Rhode Island, the tiniest of the states. And maybe part of Maine actually touches it. It looks like this might be Maine. I don't even know. Whatever. But Massachusetts, here it is. Again, it's one of these states where there's, Big Bad Boston. It's all about Big Bad Boston. That's what it's about here. I've been to Boston. I've been to Worcester. Never been down to Cape Cod. Forgot about Cape Cod. That's a thing down there. And then there's the middle. There's a name for this. Our fine guest with the interview that we did earlier in the week. We're going to watch that. She told us all about Cape Cod and what's in the middle there. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. There's some towns here I've never heard of. Let's be honest. Worcester. I've heard of that. Been there. And then all this shit to the west, honestly, I know nothing about. And honestly, our guest didn't have too much to say about it. So, she's a Boston gal. It's okay. What are you going to say? There's nothing over going on in Pittsfield? It's probably true. Look at all this green. Generally speaking, when it's like this, these little towns like, I don't know, Beckett. Let's look at Beckett. This town looks like it stinks. Oh, they got a quarry. That's cool. They have a summit, a museum, and a land trust. A lot of fun out in Beckett. You have yourself a wicked piss out in Beckett. That's something they would say. Also, we're going to open the phone lines today. We're just going rogue on this whole show. Fuck it. 843. Oh, it's up. Great. 843-REBEL-TV. 843-REBEL-TV. Let's also make sure that the phone lines are working before we do that. Something we should probably do first, but whatever. It's fine. You call the number, then this should happen. Yep, it happens. We pick up. Serious phone calls only, obviously. And, if you're from Massachusetts, it's fantastic. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to talk Massachusetts with the Massachusetts peeps. All right, so we're crushing the old Sam Adams, kicking it out the gate. God, these like lemon juice. Not the biggest fan. Where to begin? Let's see. Let's check my notes here. Our guest, Michaela Romano Smith. We have an interview with her. We'll pop that up in a little bit. She's a digital creator, online travel influencer of sorts. Massachusetts, name stolen from the Native Americans, just like most other states. So, a state of a lot of firsts. In 1621, apparently, they had the first Thanksgiving. Of course, we know this. This is Plymouth Rock. You know, it's there. 1636, the first university apparently happened. Harvard. Heard of it. Basketball was apparently invented there. Is that true? What kind of fact is that? That sounds ridiculous. Ugh. Illegal to use tomatoes in chowder. Oh, well, that brings us right to it. That's one of those old stupid laws no one looks at. We know clam chowder. There's Manhattan clam chowder, which is not a great soup, but it's fine. It's tomato-based. Show us the box. Let's get in the box. We got a lot of items in the box tonight. Some Boston, some Massachusetts. A lot of items in there. Where do we begin? We just said chowder. Cuppa. We're coming right out with this big old mug of chowder, baby. This is a New England clam chowder, cream-based. Look at these chunks. Real chunky. Ah, delicious. You know, I looked into the history of this when I've made this before, and I wanted to know a little bit more about it. It's called New England clam chowder, which doesn't necessarily mean it's Massachusetts clam chowder and or Boston clam chowder. But the bottom line, as Wikipedia will tell us, is a clam chowder includes potatoes, salt pork, and onions. Generally bacon, onions, salt pork, and potatoes is the key. And clams, clam juice, milk, cream, some kind of dairy, obviously, because it's white. This is a cream base. Big-ass chunks of clams and potatoes in here. Very hearty soup. A hearty soup for the hearty drunk fishermen that are out there, you know? This one's got a lot of clams in it. It's very white, very creamy looking. You know, but everything about this soup, as I look at it, really violates everything that I know and love about my own personal seafood protocols. I don't like dairy and milk and cream with my fish, usually. So nothing about clams and cream really is vibing on me. That said, I love this soup as a kid. And we're starting the show, and we do it for Boston, baby. Let's go. Wow, that's really hot. Yeah. Tastes like the sea, you know, like an old man at the sea. I feel like I would just be on my boat, my clamming boat, with my mug in the morning. Pointing out at other fishermen, giving them the wave, sipping on my beer. Like you do. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely not gonna eat all this, and it's really not that great. Kind of flavorless. Why? It was from a can. Okay, that's what you get. I was gonna make it, but fuck it, I didn't. Okay, deal with it. I do have some baked beans, though, as well. Spoiler alert. Because Boston baked beans. So that's clam chowder. I don't know what the hell else we're gonna say about clam chowder, let's be honest. It's not much to be said about clam chowder. All right, what else we got here? Beans we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the chips. Oh, the Nico wafers. You know these things? We'll get into that with the donuts, maybe. We don't got to do that now. And then the cocktail is the thing, the Cape Codder cocktail. But let's get into the where's the thing? Where did the thing go with the thing with the thing? Here we go. The slang terms. 17 slang words you will 100% hear in Boston. Now, again, if you've been to Boston, you know it's a cool city, generally speaking. You know, I've only been to like the main downtown. I've been to Fenway a few times. The Seaport District, that's where Harpoon is. Shout out to Harpoon. They make great beer. I just couldn't get any. There was a great restaurant here. I hope it's still open. It was called Parish Cafe, I want to say. Damn, they had a good sandwich. Parish Cafe and Bar. I'm going to go ahead and say that's it. In Boylston Street. There it is. Shout out to the Parish Cafe. This is my inner Boston coming out here. This place killed it. No spoilers. I was just there for an event. I believe it was a beer event because, of course, Massachusetts loves their drink and their beer. Yeah, this place killed it. So shout out to the Parish Cafe. They had like a special like veal breast sandwich or something. I just wanted to check that. That's still not good. That soup stinks. Florida Hot Mama in the house. There she is. No fan boats in Boston. Yeah, probably not. But speaking of fan boats, that brings us right to what I wanted to watch. I wanted to do the slang bit. Check this out. So we got some slang stuff here, right? Everyone knows I'm not very good at doing the impression of it, but, you know, wicked, synonymous with very or really. I wish I had some of my Boston people call me up and teach me on some of these words that are very important in Boston and Massachusetts. But we'll just go through this list and see where we go. Cheers, cheers, Florida Hot Mama. I'm crushing a Sam Adams, and I know you're probably sad about that, but that's all I have from Massachusetts in my fridge. Cheers. Wicked, synonymous with very or really. Used to describe, add emphasis to an adjective. Sentence. There's no chance I'm leaving the apartment today. It's wicked cold. All right, we get that. Townie, native to a neighborhood. Sentence, the bar was packed with townies. Packy, I thought was interesting. Someone I know, Tatum. Shout out to Tatum. I don't know where she is. She's California. We know where she is. She's definitively Boston gal, or somewhere around Boston. And she would always refer to the liquor store as Packy when she lived in New Jersey. And I said, what the hell are you talking about? I've never heard it before. She was the first person I heard use it. She goes, you know, the liquor store. And I go, no, that's not what we call it. We call it a liquor store. The Packy is what it's called. It's not even like a cute name. That's literally just what they call it. They're crazy people in Massachusetts and in Boston. A babla! The drinking fountain. I didn't know we needed a word for a drinking fountain, but apparently Boston feels they do. Dunks! Boston's favorite coffee shop, Dunkin' Donuts, also referred to as Dunkin'. Spoiler alert! The Boston cream donut that we have later is from Dunks. So fuck it, we're ahead of the game here. Cellar! The basement. I can't find that old box anywhere. You go check down the cellar? All right, we're really going off here. That's called the cellar sometimes. We're being ridiculous. A hoagie, they call a grinder. Boo. Hoagies are hoagies. Different sandwiches. Supper. It's called dinner. I think Johnny's coming over for supper tonight. Bang-a-Yui. That's just anywhere. We know. That's taking a U-turn. You don't get to keep that, Boston. Barrel. Garbage bin or trash can. All right. Clicker. The remote control. All right. I guess. Parlor. The living room. All right, I like that. I'm going to start referring to my living room as the parlor. Let's go hang out in the parlor. Have a couple pikeys. This is a pike because it's here. The Massachusetts Turnpike. Okay, they call it the Pike. I guess you could have that. The Cape is referred to as Cape Cod, which is like the island, you know, kind of hangout zone down there. And also, the name of the cocktail that we're going to make later on, the Cape Codder, a very interesting / letdown cocktail. No sir, as in no sir, an expression of shock or disbelief like no way. Yeah, correct response to no sir. Okay. The Hub, Boston equals the Hub and not Beantown. Comes from the 19th century Oliver Wendell Holmes' description of Boston State House, the center of the solar system. All right, I guess. All right, so those stink, but maybe you remember this video. This video looked funny, and I thought we'd get into it right after the slang. Sam Adams is good, no worries, and how about your brewery in Tampa? Well, we're here to learn about Boston. And first, we need to watch this guy. If you haven't watched this guy, warning, warning, explicit language, but this guy's hilarious. It's the Boston guy freaking out when he sees the fish. Now, if you haven't seen this video, buckle up. It's pretty funny, and it's real, apparently. This guy is not full of shit. this is how these people react.
I don't know what this is.
So apparently this guy was fishing on a boat, and he freaks out when he sees what is considered an ocean sunfish. I don't even know what that looks like. Let's see. But this guy's accent is very much Bostonian. All right, look, this thing's scary. Look at this goddamn thing. That's scary. If I saw that, I'd freak out too. Let's be fair. So we're not going to call this guy a dope just because he... Look at this. I don't think you're getting a big view here. This is a big, scary fish. Look at that thing. All right, if I saw that thing, I'd freak out too. So to his point, you're allowed to freak out. Not to his point, there's no reason you should sound like this as a grown adult.
But Jay says it's a fucking big sea turtle. Look, baby, it's a...
It's fucking drunk Boston. Jay says it's a big fucking sea turtle. I love this video. This video's years old, but I forget how fucking good this is.
Baby fucking whale, man. Holy shit, we are witnessing a baby fucking whale right here, dude. Holy shit. That thing is big, Jay. What is that thing? It looks hurt. That thing looks hurt.
Holla.
Tabletop just subscribed. RebelView up next till 1 baited.
There's that, man. What's up, Next Level? How's life?
Hurt, Jay. Jay, that thing is hurt, bro. Holy shit, look at this fucking thing.
The genuine Boston accent on this fucking guy is my favorite. Holy fucking shit!
Oh my god, what the fuck is that, bro? Jay, what the fuck is that? Oh man, pull back up, Jay. Come on. Come on, bro. Pull back up, bro. We're seeing some shit we ain't never seen before.
We're seeing some shit we ain't ever seen before, Jay. This is a wicked pisser.
Oh my god, that thing looks dead, man.
Dead man. Fucking Christ. Now again, what was it? An ocean starfish? What was it? Ocean sunfish? What the hell is it? I'm gonna look it up just to refresh. Ocean sunfish. This is a scary looking fish. All right, so the guy is overreacting perhaps, but that's a big scary looking fish. I ain't ever seen something like that. And look how big it is compared to this person, okay?
We gotta call the aquarium or something, dude. Oh man, look at this fucking thing.
Look at this fucking thing. We gotta call the aquarium or something, dude.
I don't know what this is, but... Oh my god, what the fuck is that, bro? Jay, what the fuck is that? Oh man, pull back up, Jay. Come on. Come on, bro. Pull back up, bro. We're seeing some shit we ain't never seen before, kid. Oh my god, that thing looks dead, man. We gotta call the aquarium or something, dude. Oh man, look at this fucking thing. Holy shit. What the fuck is that? Oh,
this is the epitome of the Boston accent. I love this guy.
It's dead, bro, or something. Oh my god, Jay.
Oh my god. Are we allowed to even play this? Are we gonna get taken down for doing this? Probably. It's not music. We're okay.
Pull right up next to that shit, Jay.
Pull up next to that shit, Jay.
Oh man, look at this fucking thing. Oh man.
Oh man, look at this fucking thing, Jay.
Look at that, Jay. Holy shit.
I like he's listening to Biggie in the background. You hear they got Biggie on the boat. They were probably just crushing Sam Adams and then they saw this singing. It's the most eventful part of their day.
What the fuck is that, kid?
Kid.
You want to try to pull it in?
Want to pull it in?
Let's hook it.
Let's hook. What a go-getter. Let's hook it. He thinks it's a fucking dying sea turtle / alien. He's like, let's hook it. The fucking Boston pride is out there, this guy.
Oh, man, that thing's just dead.
It's not dead. This guy, it's not fucking dead. It's flopping around.
What the hell is it? It looks like a fucking baby whale.
This guy's friend is the best. Oh, God.
Who are you gonna call?
Who are you gonna call?
Yeah, come on, let's pull up next to that shit, bro. Let's help it.
I just love this video. I know this has nothing to do with food. Oh, go on, man. Pull up next to that shit, man.
Oh, man, we're calling the Coast Guard.
Call the Coast Guard. Fucking Peter Griffin on the boat.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Jay, stop. Here it is right here, Jay. Oh, man, look at this fucking thing. Holy shit. What is that fucking thing?
Dude, that's a big flounder.
If that's a flounder, man, let's pull it in, Jay. Come on. Jay, we could get some...
I like that his friend thinks it's a fucking flounder. And then he's like, if that's a flounder, bro, we gotta bring it in. Oh, man. My side hurts. Oh, good God.
Some big money for that if it's a fucking fish, buddy. Come on.
Big money for that.
Let's fucking hook that shit and we'll be on the fucking news, man.
Cheers to this guy. He sees this big thing. First he thought it was dying. He wanted to help it. Now he wants to hook that shit and be on the news. Cheers to you, Boston guy.
Come on, man. Let's get that thing.
I don't know what the fuck it is, Mike.
What is that thing? It needs help, whatever it is, dude. It's dying.
It needs dying, bro.
Holy shit. Will you look at this shit?
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Oh, my God, Jay.
Oh, my God.
Jay, look at this fucking thing.
This guy, he's been saying the same shit for 3 minutes now. This guy can't get enough.
Jay, let's get it.
Yeah, he's dying, Mike.
Let's get it. Oh, man, Jay, that is a fucking... That's a tuna, bro.
It's a tuna, bro.
Jay, that's a tuna or something. Jay, look at it. Come on.
Like a flounder with the fins.
Oh, man, Jay, let's pull it in, Jude. Look at that fucking thing. Oh, my God.
This gets better in this video.
Holy shit. Oh, my
how long
God,
can you
man. We are
stand-
seeing some shit we ain't never seen before.
How
But
lo-
let's get that fucking thing in this boat, Jay. Come on. Yeah.
Why is Jay giving
Let's
this guy
get
such
it
a
in the
hard
boat,
time?
bro. Come
Get
on,
the
you got a
fucking
hook?
thing in the boat.
All right, let's get it.
Why are they just circling it for 10 minutes? Get the fucking thing in a
Oh,
boat,
man,
Jay.
you guys are witnessing what me and Jason Foster.
Full name.
This is Michael Bergen and Jason Foster. We're about ready to pull this monstrous fucking thing on this boat right here.
This guy thinks he's
Steve,
in a
I hope you're
fucking news
watching, buddy.
report. Steve!
Holy
hope
shit.
you're watching,
you look
buddy.
at this fucking thing. What is that thing, dude? Oh, my God.
It's a flounder.
Look at this
You're the
thing.
guy in the back. It's a flounder.
Oh, my. Look at this fucking thing. Holy shit. Holy shit, Jay. Oh, my God. Jay's got a little fucking fishing hook. Are you shitting me? That's the hook you come... Oh, my God. Oh, we got it. Oh, shit, Jay.
Come on, this is
Oh, my
hilarious.
fucking God.
Come on.
Oh, man, we need to fucking go get that shit, bro. Oh,
Oh,
man,
bro.
we need fucking help, buddy.
Bro, we need fucking help, buddy. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
my God.
Dying, Mike.
Oh, my
Jay,
God.
that is still good meat on that fucking fish, kid. Am I lying?
No.
Oh, my God.
It is.
This is fucking crazy.
It's still good meat on this fucking on that meat, kid. Ah, there's the true Boston man. Holy shit! I wish I was friends with that guy.
I don't know what...
All right, turn that off. That fucking guy was great. Oh fuck, that hurt my face. Sorry, I know it's a little bit of a derail there. Let's get into the back of the Sam Adams. Ah, man, when I think about Boston people talking stupid Boston talk, that video always comes up. Ah. Here it is, Sam Adams Summer Ale. Popped another one in the name of fucking Wicked Piss, all the meat on that one. All right. Let's keep it moving here. New England clam chowder, definitely a delicious dish when done right. This one, not so much, but, you know, nothing like cream and clams and potatoes to get your fucking day started. I just don't like, you know, generally speaking, I just don't think I like a lot of dairy with my fish. call me crazy. Call me an old school Italian. Just don't fucking cross the line. Sometimes you could do it, but this is just, I mean, this is literally a cup of cream with some fucking clam juice. Like, what are we doing here? Get your soup right, bro. Campbell's. Fuck it, let's go into it. Yeah, it's a can of Campbell's Chunky. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to get a little bit nostalgic, all right? I haven't had this soup in ages. I think when I was a kid, I probably ate the shit out of this soup a lot. I feel like I had a lot of the cans of, ooh, I remember the chunky burger one. Here it is, New England clam chowder. This is exactly what's in this can, and I gotta tell you, I haven't had it in probably over 20 years. It sucks. Give me the old ingredients. Clam stock, potatoes, clams, vegetable oil, celery, and then a bunch of shit we don't need. MSG, soy protein concentrate, dehydrated onions. Is that a classic ingredient in New England cuisine? Disodium guanylate? Can someone from Boston let me know? Is disodium is sodium phosphate something you guys cook with a lot in the harbor, or is it outside the harbor? How about succinic acid? Is that something you guys use also there, or is that more of a South Bay kind of situation for your clam chowder? Do you guys often cook with enzyme-modified butter, fat, and oil? Is that when the cooking process, do you add that to your chowder base? Go. Bottom line is what we're saying here is Campbell's Chunky Soup stinks. They had a couple other brands. One was from Maine and one was from here and there. And like I said, we probably all grew up eating the old Campbell's Chunky. And the Campbell's Chunky stinks. It just wasn't good. Maybe when I was a kid and I didn't know anything, it was fine. This tastes like garbage. I'm not even giving this to my dog. My dog deserves better than that. I said it. I said it, Chunky. Come at me. Moving on. Everyone loves beans in Beantown. Now, if you're an avid viewer of the show, you've seen this can before, B&M brand. Is that from Boston? No. You may remember it from the Maine episode where we had the beautiful canned bread. I like that I have the wall of shit behind me from other episodes. B&M brand is from Maine, and I'm assuming that this is also from Maine. But I'll tell you why I picked this. Yeah, this is from Portland, Maine, just like the brown bread, probably cooked in the same factory. The reason I got this one, of all the beans, could I have made some Boston baked beans? Of course I could have. Did I? No. This isn't a cooking show. It's a review chat, talk show, chat show. Brick oven baked Boston's best baked beans. Now, you know how, if you go Bush's baked beans, they got fucking, they got honey barbecue, backyard barbecue, Chipotle, all the flavors. This is literally, I thought Boston's Best was the brand, or what they just made their beans. This was the flavor. The flavor was Boston's Best. So I said, fuck it. That's the one we're going to go with. Delicious B&M baked beans are slow baked in brick ovens for hours. Our baking methods produce baked beans with a perfect texture and deep flavor unlike any others. B&M baked beans are sweetened with molasses and cane sugar and are an excellent source of fiber and are 98% fat-free. With B&M, you'll enjoy every spoonful. I'll be the judge of that. So we have some B&M Boston baked beans that I've cooked up and put in this little container. Now, they look like baked beans that I may have made. I'll show y'all. Nice dark color. Real porky vibe in here. So let's pull up the ingredients on this one. Let's see if they use some garbage. Cooked pea beans, molasses, sugar, salt, brown sugar, modified corn starch, pork fat, seasoning blend, mustard. All right, so this is pretty legit. This is not too far off from shit that you would use when you cook. So I like that. Shout out for B&M for that. Boston baked beans, the San Francisco treat that everyone loves. Boston, I hope your baked beans are better than this. This is not that bad, but it's just got this like weird flavorless kind of vibe. The beans themselves are pretty flavorless. The sauce is sugary and delicious. It tastes like a candy bar. The sauce, but the beans are completely flavorless. You've had these before. It tastes like every goddamn canned bean you've had at a shitty cookout outside. Cool. Whatever. Baked beans. So we have a couple other things we have to do. We have a cocktail to get to, the Cape Codder. We have some chips to get to. We have two kinds of chips, and maybe we grab some chips right now. The candy Boston beans. Interesting, chat. Let's see. Candy Boston beans candy. Ah, these things. Oh yeah, candy coated peanuts. Look at this. I wish I thought about this. You should be on the fucking team here, guy. What's up, chat? Chat bringing the goods. Boston baked beans, 25-pound bulk case. Should have got that. What's up with these? Boston baked beans is a generic name used throughout the candy industry for sugar-coated peanuts. Well, that sounds delicious. The Ferrara Pan Candy developed their line of Boston baked beans in the early 1930s, right around the same time that Red Hots were introduced. The Boston baked bean was created using the cold panned candy process. Everybody knows about the cold panned candy process. This process involves building candy pieces from single units, such as peanuts, tossing them into revolving pans while adding flavor, color, and other candy ingredients. This process continues until the pieces become the size desired. You've seen this before. I didn't know that's what it was called, but I'll show it to you. Cold pan candy process. You've seen this if you've ever... Well, I say you've seen this like you're me. You've seen this if you've ever watched How It's Made. Or you're a creep that watches videos about how to make candies and chocolates. In which case you've seen this. It's this thing where they put it in this thing. This kind of tub. They put it in the tub and it rotates, and then they throw ladles of like lacquer, sugar, or chocolate, or whatever. Yeah, see how they're doing it down there? This professional here. You just keep throwing shit in there, and it keeps tossing it and building it layer and layer and layer. That's how they make gobstoppers. The never-ending gobstopper. Yeah, you've seen those before. Oh, dude, How It's Made is fantastic. Boston Baked Bean Memories. I don't want to read this blogger's fucking memory of it. All right, so it's a candy-coated peanut? I mean, that sounds delicious. I would like that. I wish I got my hands on some of that. So what are we going to do? We're going to...
This is, but Jay says it's a fucking big sea turtle.
Okay. Grab yourself a big bag of Cape Cod chips and buckle up for our interview with Michaela... Romano Schmidt. Oh, Cape Cod. Ooh, they're really good. I feel like I eat potato chips every other show. Cape Cod chips. Let's just do a quick hit on them, then we'll do the interview. Cape Cod chips. I went with the dark russets here instead of the traditional white bag. I do have a bag of what I would argue is one of the greatest flavors, the salt and vinegar chip. Got these. Happen to be 2 for $5, so I got myself some dark russets. Everyone knows those are delicious chips as well. You know, I don't know what's up with the Cape Cod chips. I guess they're made in Massachusetts. Hyannis, Massachusetts, contain no hydrogenated oils. Premium russets, dark brown color. You can tour the factory. That's cool. Look at that chip. It's a beautiful chip. This chip is better than everything that's right here in front of us. Cape Cod chips, made somewhere near Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Heard Cape Cod chips all my life, eaten them, and never once thought about where they were from. Thanks for reminding me. All right, so we're gonna hit the interview real quick. It's a quick one. I think we did 10-15 minutes or so. We're gonna hit the interview, then we're gonna come back and clean this up a little bit, and we're gonna make some the Cape Cod cocktail. And then we're gonna get into some sweet treats of Massachusetts. So here we go. Interview with the one and only Michaela, Romano Smith. Cool. All right. So here we are now with Michaela, Romano Smith. Michaela, hey, thanks for joining us.
Of eating and traveling locally around Massachusetts and all over.
Did the audio cut? Boo.
Me.
Yeah, of course. All right, well, let me start it over again. Sorry for that. So I'm looking at Massachusetts on the map, and I have it a little bit. We'll do it again from the beginning. I had turned it off for some reason. I don't know why. I'm an idiot. I thought I hit the right thing. I thought it was doubling up. It looked like it was double feeding. Trying it again. Great interview. Michaela, Romano Smith. Cool. All right. So here we are now with Michaela, Romano Smith. Michaela, hey. Thanks for joining us. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Yay.
So, hi, I'm Michaela. I am a food and travel influencer. I live south of Boston, but I kind of cover everywhere in Massachusetts. Love, eating and traveling locally around Massachusetts and all over. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. You're the great person to talk to about this. So I'm looking at Massachusetts on the map, and I have it like a little bit below us, right? So, we're surrounded by Connecticut, Rhode Island, all these other kind of like little small states. But I always try to break out the states like, so I'm from New Jersey, right? So I try to make it like something I can relate to at least. In New Jersey, there's like North Jersey, Central Jersey, which is debated, and then South Jersey. North Jersey is like closer to New York, so it's got like kind of New York vibes. There's like a little bit busy, faster kind of city. Central Jersey has like shore towns and some other stuff going on, and then South Jersey's like Atlantic City, Cape May, and then kind of Philly vibe. So it's like not three different states, but regions or areas of the state. So for someone who's never been to Massachusetts, I've been to Boston before. I've never really hung out. Well, that's not true. I've actually been, now that I'm looking at the map, I've been to Worcester and I've been to a couple other places. But how would you, someone who's explored Massachusetts much more than I, kind of break it down in that way?
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of different areas. So again, we have in Massachusetts, we have like the South Shore, which is where I am from. It's a lot of coastal type of towns, and then we obviously a lot of people also know. Obviously we have Boston, which is the city, but then we also have Western Mass, which is a little bit more, I don't know how to even explain it, but a lot of like farmland and
like west of Worcester. Would we call that Western, or where does Western kind of start? I guess ish. Yeah,
west of I would say west of Worcester.
That's fair.
Yeah, more towards like Amherst and Hadley and all, sort of those towns west,
right.
West of the city. So, yeah, a lot of kind of like farmland, and there's a lot of, cool stuff over there too, which I like to, visit during the fall time. It's beautiful. So that's an awesome area. And then I would say kind of like that Worcester area, to me is kind of more like Central Mass. And then there's obviously the North Shore, which also pretty coastal. It's always funny because the North Shore and South Shore always are in competition with each other. That's kind of sort of like the joke in Massachusetts, whether you're from the North Shore or the South Shore, and competition there, and one shore thinking they're better than the other. So I'm biased. I love the South Shore, but the North Shore is beautiful too, and I have family up there, so I get to go up there quite a bit.
That's cool. I don't know much about the shores because whenever I've been to Massachusetts or Boston, I'm pretty much like in Boston for a couple days and then I'm out. So I don't really get to like check out. So when you say North and South Shore, again, I'm looking at a map. I'm no expert. It's the only reason I know these names. So we got Cape Cod. Would that be like the South kind of shore world we're talking?
Cape Cod is almost like its own separate thing.
I see. It's like its own little island almost that kind of juts.
Yeah. It's almost like separate from the South Shore. I mean, yes, it's south, but it's almost like its own separate.
But like the towns that are on that like southern Cape Cod Bay is considered like South Shore, and then I guess like what is that? Rockport and south a little bit is like North Shore kind of vibe. Is that the idea?
Yeah, Rockport, like you just mentioned, that's North Shore, and everything sort of like really anything like north of Boston is what we would consider North Shore, and then anything really south of Boston is what we consider South Shore.
Cool. All right, that makes sense. I mean, that's how it sounds, but sometimes things aren't how it sounds. Cool. And again, we'll get a map, so it makes it a lot easier to identify. So that's cool. Great. So that's a good layout. And you said you're on the south. You're not to say where you are, but you're south of Boston, somewhere ish. That's where you're based.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, you know, food and drink is like the kind of the core of like what we talk about on the show. So it's like, you know, the first thing I would say is, you know, the iconic Massachusetts foods, you know, like when it comes to mind, I think people think of, you know, New England clam chowder and, you know, lobster rolls. I think every kind of state up in that New England area kind of claims a different kind of lobster roll, but like baked beans is like a Boston baked beans. I don't know how that even happened.
Yeah, I know. That's actually kind of funny. I do always like kind of associate like baked beans with like Massachusetts, but I also like when I think of Massachusetts, I just think of like New England and New England kind of food. So, you know, lobster rolls and clam chowder, I feel like is a huge one in Massachusetts. But I typically think of just New England food.
Right.
I can't think of anything other than if there's anything more specific than just kind of traditional New England food that's that I can think of, you know, when I think of Massachusetts.
Delicious clams and delicious seafood on the
Yeah.
shore. Is there any kind of like, I don't know, stuff that sticks out that would be uniquely Massachusetts? Any kind of like products that are made in Massachusetts you could think of? Or like even like a specialty kind of like lobster roll? Like, you know, what would make it different than like a Maine one? Or what's the other place that
I
has
guess other
one?
things that I'm thinking of are like a lot. Massachusetts also known for like oysters. We have our like Duxbury Oyster Farm, which is on the South Shore, which very popular for that. Seafood in general, I feel like is also, you know, just kind of really popular in Massachusetts. And then, you know, I feel like, I don't know if people know us by this, but other like, you know, popular sort of brands that are Massachusetts based are just some off the top of my head are like Cape Cod chips, like potato chips, which I personally love. I think they probably, I mean, I'm sure they have them everywhere.
They do. I mean, now that it's funny you say that. I never even like, I've seen them a million times. I've eaten them, but I'd never go, oh, that's Maine. Like I've never, it's just a brand almost. You don't even think of it as something like that. That's so funny. I'll definitely have to get some Cape Cod chips. That's an easy one. They always have them in the store by me.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites. Like Stacy's pita chips. Those are
They're
they were, you know, created in Massachusetts. So stuff like that. I mean, like brands like that. I feel like we have quite a bit that are Massachusetts based. Yeah, so there's definitely quite a few like that.
Nice. So is there any kind of like I guess low you know, in a lot of states I talked to, especially the past couple ones that were all like Midwest-based states. So the answer to this was yes, but I'm curious in Massachusetts, you know, the like local pastures and farms and stuff like that. So, you know, there's like a movement to have like, you know, humanely raised, locally raised kind of animals and stuff like that are, you know, bred for consumption, but have, you know, treated with good lives and things like that. Like, is that something that you see out there a lot? Do you see a lot of restaurants following that kind of trend, or is it something that maybe is not out there so much?
That's a good question. Personally, I feel like I don't see it as much. Like, there's definitely some restaurants that, you know, will advertise in that kind of way. And, you know, are you thinking like more like farm to table? Is that what you're
I suppose in restaurants and or like at least in New Jersey, like in New Jersey, I was surprised that I could like contact 3 or 4 different farms and get like half a cow or something and split it with people. You know, like you could do that kind of thing if you look for it. And I find that, you know, in some of these other states, that's becoming a thing. And in the states that don't have big cities like New York and Boston and stuff like that. So I think that's cool that that's kind of happening. So I always thought it was a good question to ask, you know, somewhere like Massachusetts, big state, a lot of Boston in there, you know, it's a big city. Is that something that, you know, city folk are interested in? Or if you don't see it so much, you don't see it so much. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I feel like there's definitely, I've come across like a handful of restaurants that, you know, do that and they advertise that. But in the grand scheme of things, like, you know, when you think of how many restaurants are in Massachusetts, I feel like I don't see, you know, a whole lot, but there's definitely, some that do
something
sure.
going. Yeah, it's like it's a bit they do almost some of the places, but not by and large. Okay, that's interesting. How about the Boston or Massachusetts as a whole? I don't want to just focus on Boston, even though it's like a lot of these states with the big cities, it's tough. Like you just focus on. Like we did in Louisiana. It's like we talked about New Orleans all the time. Like I don't know what else to say. Like you know.
Yeah, that's understandable.
In Massachusetts as a whole, is there any kind of like unique drinks or beverages? I know there's a lot of breweries out there, especially in Boston, and distilleries and stuff like that. And even some of these states seem to have like wineries that you wouldn't even expect. Like Arizona has apparently some fantastic wineries and growing their own grapes, which is nuts. Is there anything that comes to mind that's uniquely Massachusetts in that sense to you?
In terms of drinks, I mean, definitely beer. Like you said, a lot of breweries in Massachusetts. We have Sam Adams, we have Harpoon. There's tons that we have. A lot of smaller ones, like a lot of microbreweries, which I love as well. We have like, it's kind of surprising. Like we do have a handful of wineries, which is nice too. But other than beer, I mean, what's that? We're kind of, I don't know if this is like what we're, in terms of like a cocktail, a lot of people will know, like it's called the Cape Codder cocktail.
I've never heard.
Which is essentially vodka, and cranberry and lime. So it's really just I don't know what makes it a Cape Codder, but I think it's been around for like years. And if you're from, I'm pretty sure if you're from like Massachusetts or
it's a thing.
It's kind of like a known older type of cocktail.
I gotta get me a Cape Codder. Is this a vodka cran with lime?
That's it. I don't think there's anything else in it. I could be wrong.
It's like a almost Cosmo. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I can't think of really any other drink specific though, off the top of my head. But I would say, a lot of beer.
Yeah, I know, but Massachusetts is definitely a big beer state. That's for sure. I was there for a couple like beer festivals or conferences or something. Yes. I remember in the past. They love their beer out there.
Yes, we do.
Is there anything out in the west that's on? Let's just go like the opposite side of Boston, out in that west side that kind of sticks out. Any of those like towns that are like, I don't know, interesting that as someone who lives in Massachusetts, you'd be like, oh, maybe we go to this town or something to hang out for a weekend or something like that. Like, it's a big state now that I'm looking at it. Like, there's definitely a lot more to it than Boston. But like I said, I've been to Worcester, and it's it's like small city vibe. But then like, what else is out there? Is there anything that kind of sticks out in your head as like a cool little town?
Yeah, so I would say like Springfield, Mass, and Amherst, Mass are really popular. They are popular because, Springfield has the casino, the MGM casino in Springfield, which is new. I don't remember when exactly it was built, but
it also has the Dr. Seuss National Memorial Sculpture, I see.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I'm sure that's cool too.
That's because the first thing that came up when I clicked it.
That's so funny. But yeah, and a lot of, I would say Western Mass probably, maybe, I can't say for sure, but they also have like a lot of breweries. I was gonna say they might have more than, Boston.
Right, yeah.
They have a ton of breweries out there in the Western Mass. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so we have the casino in Western Mass. It's also really popular in the fall time and during the fall season. It's beautiful. There's beautiful like hiking trails, and you can see like beautiful colors of the trees changing. So it's a very popular destination in the fall, Western Mass.
Yeah, the foliage up in Massachusetts is always the thing people down here say. They take boat rides to go up and see the foliage or drive up. Upstate New York and Massachusetts. Why is it so nice up there? Don't we have that down here? I guess I've never seen it.
I don't know. I always curious of that too.
It's a weird one, right?
I don't know what it is. Trees must be different.
I think it's just a seasonal bit, maybe to attract people to the north for a little bit before it gets super cold up there, because it does get pretty cold.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing. All right, let's see. So that's a little bit of the west, and that's the center, and then we got Boston over here. Is there anything else? I mean, do you see the good thing about, we were talking about breweries? The good thing about breweries is, at least down by me, you find there's a million breweries now everywhere. As they start popping up, it's not too long until that kind of like boost the town that it's in, at least down here. In like little industrial parks like that, and then you see like a food truck or two roll up, and then that's like a new business, and then like always distilleries are popping up behind like 2 or 3 years later after the brewery's there, because they start turning the little town into a little drinking culture, and it's good for business, and it's good to see. I'm sure that's a similar vibe up there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say very similar. vibe in terms of that.
Yeah, that's good to see. And so let me ask you about, I'm assuming Boston and all the seafood we were just talking about has their own version of a lobster roll that you would consider uniquely Massachusetts? Or not so much?
Yeah, I don't know. In Massachusetts, so there's a couple of different the most popular ways to order a lobster roll in Mass is either, I don't know if this is everywhere, to be honest. So,
Right.
So the two ways are with mayo, you have your mayo, your, kind of celery and
Salad-y kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, kind of like a salad type of thing. And then the other way is with hot butter. And I personally like both of them. My whole thing is I only care about like it sounds so dumb, but the bun, if the bun isn't like grilled or warm or whatever,
Properly toasted, buttered bun.
yeah,
Yes.
toasted, is the right word. That's really all I care about. I'll eat it either way, though, for the most part. But those are the two popular ways, at least in Mass.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because you're between the two other states. You're between Maine, who I just talked to the other day, and they're all about like the salad-y version, like lettuce and celery and herbs. And then I think it's Connecticut has their own. The butter one is like, at least these states claim to be their own. So you're in the middle. You get the best of both. You got the good seafood. You're just like, we're not going to take sides. We'll just take one of each, and everyone will be happy. There's no reason to not. Yeah, I remember there being like a great raw bar somewhere in Boston. I forget where it was.
There's a good amount of raw bars in Boston and even around like Massachusetts in general. So I can't even. I mean, there's a ton, but
that's great. There's not really like a raw bar culture over here, but I do remember that sticking out. I was like, wow, there's a lot here. And Boston, Massachusetts seafood is a thing, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so interesting. Well, yeah, that's good you were able to go to one. They are very popular. And I would say, again, I'm south of Boston. There's definitely quite a bit south of Boston, but in Boston too, there's a ton.
Yeah, I mean, if you have that bounty of seafood, why not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about like anything like specifically, again, even maybe where you are, stuff like that, like if you're going to go out to eat on, let's say like a Tuesday night, what kind of food generally eating? Like I know it seems like a silly question, but like let me preface, like in New Jersey, you go to the mini mall or something like that, there's a million pizza places and Italian places everywhere, so that's what you get. And in some of these other states it's not the case. So if you're gonna go out on like a random night, what are you gonna bump into? What kind of food are you gonna get?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know, like our go-to is kind of a mixture. We love, like I love Italian and traditional, just sort of like American, New England American kind of food.
Right.
So that would probably be my go-to. One of those, would probably be my go-to. Like, yeah,
nice.
Hard to pick one specific.
Yeah, I hear you. And I have to ask this because every other state surprised me with this. Do you guys have great tacos?
I think we do. I can't say I'm not a huge taco person, I'll be honest.
Right. Okay, fair. So you're not the person to ask. That's fair.
Yeah, so I probably I can't really give a good I feel like educated answer on that, but I mean we have tons of places that have tacos and I feel like they're generally pretty good.
Well received, yeah. I feel like just every state, everyone I talk to, I ask that question. I feel like every time their answer is just like, oh, tacos. We have the greatest tacos. And like some guy in the middle of in Idaho is like, I have the greatest tacos. It's like I don't even know how this is possible. But
yeah, that's so interesting.
Apparently, there's big taco culture everywhere.
Yeah, we definitely have there's definitely tons of restaurants that have tacos, and I feel like they are good.
Right.
But I feel like when you think of Massachusetts, you don't necessarily think of like tacos.
Yeah,
but,
no, I don't think so either. Well, I didn't think of tacos in Idaho either. What about, is there any kind of restaurants that stick out to you that are fantastic, that you personally think are the best, or like great Massachusetts style restaurants?
Oh, that's a tough one too. See, I'm also not a good person to ask that. So I typically... Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to answer that. I love to try different restaurants.
Sure.
So I don't want to say it's rare if I go back to the same restaurant, because I definitely will, I will go back to the same restaurant, but I prefer to try
new stuff, new
restaurants. Yeah. I feel like there's just so many, there's so many out there. There's so many good ones. Like why not try, another one, give another restaurant some business.
Yeah. Especially
so
now.
That's kind of like my philosophy. So it's hard for me to say if there's one that's like the best or my favorite, but there's tons of so many good ones. If you're in Boston, you definitely have to go to the North End. Tons of, if you like Italian food, that's the place to go. In Chinatown in Boston, tons of great Chinese, Asian restaurants in Chinatown. And then, a lot of great seafood spots in the Seaport area in Boston. So yeah, it's hard to pick just one, but there's definitely a ton that I love.
Fair. Yeah, it's a big city. There's a lot of stuff there. So I'll ask you lastly, how is the exiting the pandemic now? What's it like up there by you? Has a lot of restaurants closed? They're now reopening. Have you lost a lot of restaurants and stuff like that up there? Mom and pop places. I see a lot of those down in New York and stuff have gone away, sadly, and hopefully they're coming back. But what's it like now that we're literally, I guess, kind of in the middle of the big comeback?
Yeah, I know. So I would say we definitely have lost like a lot of great restaurants. I would say a lot that I've noticed have been like restaurants that have been around for a number of years, like over 10 to 30 years, and have shut down, which is very unfortunate since they've kind of have become staples in Massachusetts and in Boston. There's definitely some smaller ones that probably are not as well known as some of those bigger ones that obviously have shut down, but there definitely has been a good amount of like well-known restaurants that have been around for years that did shut down. But otherwise, I would say a lot of places have opened back up. I would say the majority of places have opened back up at this point and seem to be doing well. So it's a good thing to see.
It is good. It feels good to kind of get back to normal. Well, Michaela, thank you for joining. Do you have anything you want to like plug at the end and say your piece or anything you like? Open floor for you.
Shameless plug. No, I mean, thank you for having me. And, if anyone is out there that is looking for great places in Massachusetts to eat and travel to, you can find me on Instagram at Michaela_Romano Smith. So thank you again. It was great meeting with you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining, Michaela. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, can't do both. Yay! Thank you, Michaela, for chatting with us about the great and wonderful state. All right, studio audience, relax. The great and wonderful state of Massachusetts. Insider information, And what did she tell us about? She told us about the food. She told us about the drinks. She told us what's going on with capes and all that business. And while we're talking about capes, let's talk about the Cape Codder. All right? The Cape Codder is a cocktail that I started looking into after she told me about it. And it's claimed to be a coastal combination of cranberry and lime. Let's hit that reel. Let's watch this very intense video about how to make this very elusive cocktail. Cape Codder. Here it is. So ice. Gin, which is not what you use. You're supposed to use vodka. Cranberry juice to top. A lime wedge. That's it. They literally just took a vodka cran and called it their own. What the hell? Boston, I come to you for good beers. I know you got some decent beers, and I maybe faltered and brought some Sam Adams. This is not bad. I don't hate the Sam. It's just not what I really want right now, okay? I have a glass that looks pretty worthy of calling it a Cape Cod. It's almost like a hurricane glass of sorts. Get some water out of there. I mean, if we're going to make it, we're going to make it. Part of me wants to... I know what vodka cranberry tastes like. So, I think we're just going to modify that. I think we're going to take my little shaker here. I got about a half ounce of lime juice in it. So maybe like a half a lime squeezed. All right, we're going to put 2 ounce... Got a big glass here. We'll put 2 ounces of the old Tito's. Why? Because there's no... I couldn't find any Massachusetts vodka. I know there is a brand. I did locate one. But guess what? Every other vodka from every other state stinks. And to be honest with you, they probably stinks. So we're just going to go with the old Teats. This is probably what the people of Boston drink anyway, let's be honest. Can I get a Tito's on the rocks? Yeah, of course. Coming right up, honey. All right, and then I got the cran here. This is just some I don't have cranberry juice cocktail. This is actually cranberry, tart cranberry full-on action that I sweetened a little bit with simple syrup. Let's go like two. Let's do like 4. If we did 2 parts of the old vodka, let's do 4 parts of the cran. That seems right. This stupid little shaker's very full. Pardon me while I clean my my mess over here. And put a pinch of ice in here. Just to shake it up, just to make it interesting. I mean, this, I don't even know if it's going to fit in here. I hate this shaker also. It's just small, so I thought I'd bring it. So it's just a little bit of lime juice mixed in. I thought shaking it up would make it just a little bit more of like a cocktail instead of just let's pour this shit in a glass and drink it. All right. I mean, it's pretty red. Oh, look at that. Fit my glass beautifully. It's almost like I'm a professional. And here we go. The coup de grace. Coup d'etat. The fucking lime. You really did it, Massachusetts. You created such a beautiful cocktail. It's 2 ingredients mixed together, and you put a name on it. So again, cheers to you, the Cape Codder. Tastes like cranberry juice with some vodka in it and a pinch of lime. Tastes like a bad Cosmo or an even worse vodka cran. I mean, whatever. Not impressed by your cocktail game. Let's be honest. Now let's just put it out there. Boston's full of drunks and they're just drinking like J-Mo and Guinness all day. They're not really into the craft culture. Craft cocktail culture, are they? If they are, feel free to call up 843-REBEL-TV, 843-REBEL-TV. If you or someone you know is a Massachusetts fan and has a better cocktail than this sad excuse for a cocktail, hit me up. Now, live! We got 2 more things to eat before we shut this shit down. Let's get it going. We got things to do here. Let's start with the thing that is probably going to be terrible. The Necco wafer. Apparently, these are big New England Boston hitters. Got a little bit of the history here. Let's read it, which I did not yet at all. The American classic, the original candy wafer. Made in Mexico. Manufactured for Ohio. Who told me these are New England treat? Oh, here you go. Massachusetts, originally made... There you go. Sorry. Scratch that. Curious about Necco wafer history? The candies have been around since 1847, but the New England Confectionery Company, Necco... See that? All right, it all makes sense now. Necco. In Revere, Massachusetts, made them for more than a century. So that's the point. This is an original Massachusetts candy. Looks terrible. Terrible packaging since 1847. Let's unwrap. It reminds me of those Valentine's Day heart candies. And it looks and feels like a nail file. Delightful. Let's knock some of these out. Oh. They're all broken. Is this what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to do snap. Okay, they're all broken. Here we go. Got some that aren't broken. Oh, nope, broken. Nope, nope, broken. Found one. Here we go. Holy Communion. Let's try it. Okay. Tastes a little better. It's all going downhill. We started like here. Not good. Trying to, you know what it reminds me of? Imagine, you like sweet tarts? You know how sweet tarts have, what's the word, flavor and perhaps a texture. Perhaps it's a texture like solidified chalk, but a texture nonetheless. The Necco wafer is a cross between bad, stale Valentine's Day candies that say "Be Mine" that you would buy at the dollar store in November, and like a chalkboard eraser from school, if you kids remember that. I will not be eating a second one of these. The texture's terrible. It feels like a nail file. It reminds me of a nail file because I get chills down my back when people file their fucking nails around me. And as soon as I opened that and touched it, I got the fucking back chills. Necco wafers, you suck. To the bin with you. What was the slang word? Wasn't there a slang word? Well, let's look it up. To the bin? What was the word? Trash cans are in no way similar to cans. What is Boston's like? Piss at! To the pisser with you! That's a toilet. Babla, barrel. Trash can, the barrel. To the barrel with the Necco wafers! Maureen, to the barrel with the Necco wafers! I don't know why Maureen. I don't know. These stink. Don't buy it. I knew when I bought these. You feel the package is like powder and garbage. Who the fuck actually eats these? Get at me. If you or someone you know eats these for real, shame on you. And shame on your taste buds. Not good. If your candy makes that sound, fucking throw it out. Should have bought the Fig Newtons. Apparently Fig Newtons, another spoiler alert, apparently Fig Newtons are named after Newton, Massachusetts. Should have bought Fig Newtons and enjoyed something. Necco wafers stink. Beans taste like candy juice with flavorless bean flavored solid masses. Cape Cod chips killing it. Summer ale was good the first year I had it in college when it came out. Ever since then it sucked. I know I sound like an old geezer, but go fuck, I'm right. Clam chowder can be good. The one we got, Chunky's, stinks, but we're not here to rip on Campbell's. Clam chowder in itself can be good, even though it violates all my rules about seafood and dairy. Cape Codder, you're a bad Cosmo and a good vodka cran. Like, I don't know. You're a good... I don't know, dude. It's not original. It's not good either. Whatever. All right, let's get into the final countdown here. I just realized my phone screener thing over here was off the whole time. So if you did try to call, sorry. Try again. It looks like it'll work now. I didn't realize it was off. I found out during the interview. 843 Rebel TV if you want to talk. If not, go. Don't do it. It's fine. It just so happens I was trying to find. There's only one great donut shop in my county, I dare say. And I was going to go there and get the greatest Boston cream donut I could get my hands on, because that's the kind of shit I do for the show. That's the dedication I have to this goddamn program. Judging by the looks of the Dunkin' box next to me, I did not go to the greatest donut shop in my county. That said, unbeknownst to me, where is it? It's on here. The first Dunkin' Donuts was in Quincy, Massachusetts. So go figure, we hit the nail right on the goddamn head. Dunkin' Donuts. Oh no, we don't want to pull up Dunkin' Donuts. I know exactly what we want to pull up on the side. I forgot this. Talk about weird shit that Massachusetts does. We'll get to the donut. The donut's not going anywhere. And you've had it. You know what it tastes like. This isn't breaking new ground for you. You know what the Boston cream from Dunkin' tastes like. Pony Hedge, Lincoln, Massachusetts. No one really knows how these old hobby horses got here, but the herd keeps growing. This is literally a spot in Massachusetts where old retired rocking horses, I don't know why there's so many, but on a small slice of wide open pasture in the town of Lincoln, Massachusetts, broken down rocking horses, plastic ponies, and other assorted horse toys have been holding court. As if by magic, ponies have been proliferating along this winding country road, resulting in the peculiar Ponehenge. The plastic and metal horses started arriving anonymously sometime in 2010 with the placement of a lone hobby horse along the picturesque Old Sudsbury Road, about 50 miles west of Boston. Some dumb stories about kids here. Whatever. So if you're in Mass and you're into rocking horses, don't forget Ponehenge, guys. Sick. Ponehenge. Let's get to the donut. So Boston cream pie. There was another stupid food thing here. Hold on. I feel like I'm missing something. Could be better. Boston cream pie is the state pie of what state we have? Massachusetts. Leibowitz should have a good recipe just to bounce off of. Oh yes, I know I'm all over the place here. I should have looked at my notes. Usually I open the show with the notes and then we don't get sidetracked. But I just want to pull this up. I don't want to forget this. Okay, so the state muffin is a corn muffin. And I must say, when I was in Worcester years and years ago for the first time, corn muffins are a thing, and griddled muffins, which may not sound groundbreaking. But the first time I ever had one was out there, and the first time the person I was with ever had one was out there, and I don't know, I'll give it to Worcester. Worcester loves griddling up some muffins, and if you haven't had a griddled muffin, not a toasted muffin, a griddled muffin. Big difference. Flat top grill, loads of butter. Cut that muffin bitch in half, lay it in the butter, almost let it fry, get crispy, delicious. It's really good. I don't know if Massachusetts is allowed to take credit for that, but I'm going to give it to them because everything else here is kind of mediocre at best. Can Boston baked beans be good? Of course they can. Can Nickel wafers be good? Of course they can. Cape Cod chips are good. They have great beers. We know that. The cocktail game needs help. And the clam chowder can be good. So you're not bad. Maybe the representation we got's not the best. Your muffin game is strong. I'll give you that. Volleyball was invented there in 1895. Questionable. I'm not buying that. The Fig Newton, named after that town in Massachusetts. Newton, okay. Ponehenge or creep. And we did the slang. And I hit all the food except for the donuts. Okay. So, and then they have a state polka called Say Hello to Someone in Massachusetts, which we'll play at the end of the show. I haven't even listened to it yet, but we'll listen to it after. So the Boston cream donut, I'm going to guess, is modeled after the Boston cream pie. I think that makes the most sense. If you've seen this pie, there it is. It looks similar to the Boston cream donut, does it not? I mean, you've seen the Boston cream donut. Do I really need to do this? These are fresh from Dunkin' a couple hours ago. It's gonna whiff. They smell sugary and delicious. There they are. Because the Boston cream pie is like a vanilla cake filled with, I believe, a Bavarian cream with the chocolate glaze on top. Now, your Boston cream pie is going to be as good as the ingredients you make it with, obviously. If you use some high-quality cake batter or make your own cake batter, some high-quality chocolate that you make or the cream filling that you make, obviously it's going to be superior cake. Can you buy a shitty one from the store? Probably. Up in Boston, everywhere. Does someone have a great bakery that's down near the Packy you could go to and have? Yeah, I'm sure. Do I have access to that? No. Other shows, have I reached out and gotten those things sent to me? Yes. Did I this week? No, I didn't. All right. I'm preparing for other states. Big things on the horizon, guys. All right. Get a hold of yourself. Not every state gets the luxurious treatment. So here's the donut. There she is. Oh, reliable. Is the Boston cream everyone's favorite donut from Dunkin'? It's not mine. My favorite's maybe the blueberry glaze, the blueberry crumb glaze. Maybe a French cruller. Delicious also. This isn't my favorite. Why? I'm not really a chocolate fan. Usually it's a little stale on the outside. This one feels not so bad. Smells fried and delicious, and feels like it has a hefty amount of creme inside, which I suppose is important, but it also feels like it's all right here and none here. I can tell it's a very old top-heavy donut we got going on here. So definitely cut it this way. I want to cut it, show off an intersection of it, so everyone knows what the inside of a Boston cream donut looks like if you haven't had one. And if you haven't, I don't know what you're doing or where you're living. Cut it on a bias. Everything tastes better when it's cut on a bias. Do we see this? Does this look good? Wish we had camera 2 up. This week we don't. It's a donut. I mean, it's fluffy. It's got some cream in the middle. It's got some chocolate. You've seen it before. You'll see it again. Dunkin' Donuts. The first one ever. From Quincy, Massachusetts. The ubiquitous Boston cream donut from Dunkin' Donuts. Cheers. It's better than I remember. It's pretty good. If you wake up and eat that for breakfast, you're gonna have diabetes. I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty goddamn sugary. Sweet. It is delicious, though. Not gonna lie. Cakey, soft, chocolatey. I guess the idea is the Boston cream, the Bavarian cream with the chocolate. You know, that's the bit with the vanilla cake. It's kind of... If you see this intersection and then you look at the cake that we're looking at here, you see how the bit is supposed to resemble the cake. Right, that's the idea. It's supposed to be a mini cake. Boston cream pie is essentially a very large Boston cream donut, and a vice versa, the Boston cream donut is a mini Boston cream cake. Mmm. Now, I feel like we covered all the food that I got, at least. That's exciting. Let's listen to the state polka song of Massachusetts, called Say Hello to Someone in Massachusetts. This great version by Lenny Gomolka. I hope there's words. I have not listened to this yet. All right, let's get to the hook. Is there a hook? Here we go.
So they say you booked the flight and you be leaving. Is it business? Is it pleasure? Is it both? And they say that you be landing in New England. What a perfect time of year you chose to go. The weather's fine out there this time of year is lovely, with all the color and the mountainside to view. And the people there are friendlier than ever.
Song sucks.
So to fit right in, here's what you've got to do. Say hello to someone in Massachusetts. Tip your hat to every lady that you meet. Shake a hand, you'll make a friend in Massachusetts.
What the fuck do you have a state polka song for? This is terrible. Sorry I found this. We'll just let it play in the back. All right, tip your hat to everybody. I think we can wrap this show up. We really did it. Tip your hat, make a friend in Massachusetts. Boston, Mass. We've learned a little bit about your actual land mass. Boston, I said Boston, Mass. That essentially sums it up. Massachusetts, you brought not much to the table except for the fact that you have Boston, a massive, huge port town The Commonwealth of Massachusetts brings me nothing to the table except Boston and maybe a little bit of Worcester. Everything else is a dead zone to me. I've learned not much of anything. Cape Cod sounds fun, but your chips seem funner. Your cocktail, the Cape Codders, a classic, of course. Also known as a vodka cranberry, not very original. Sam Adams, pioneer in the craft beer game. I guess you gotta respect it. Nico wafers, you'll probably choke on. Don't waste your time. Boston baked beans, if you're gonna make them yourself. Canned ones suck. New England clam chowder, a violation of everything I feel about seafood and dairy. Done properly can be good. That said, Massachusetts, you're in the bag. Week 21, you over. Where are we at? 21, Massachusetts. See you later. Week 22, Michigan. Wow, Michigan is on the horizon, everybody. Detroit, Rock City, baby. Wish we had the rights to that song. We got Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana. The M's are upon us. Everybody, I want to thank you so much for watching Bits and Bytes, Massachusetts. What a fantastic program this has been. Thank you very much to our special guest, Michaela Romano Smith. Check her out online. Information in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for everyone watching. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Much love to you all. You can find us on bitsandbytes.us. All the shows in their entirety go on YouTube the day after they're broadcasting, so this show will be on tomorrow on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at TheBillyVegas, at HackChef, at all of those things. Love all you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers, respect. Michigan, Detroit, get that freaky shit you call pizza ready for me. We're coming in next week. See ya.